President Trump keeps saying Cuba could be next. Not metaphorically, not someday. He has openly talked about a friendly takeover of Cuba, and in recent weeks, the United States has dramatically increased pressure on the island. But here's the question almost nobody is asking. Is Washington preparing for negotiations or preparing for the collapse of Cuba's government? What happened over the last 30 days has a lot of people paying attention. First, the economic squeeze. The Trump administration has moved aggressively to cut off Cuba's access to fuel and foreign revenue. New sanctions now threaten foreign companies that do business with key sectors of the Cuban economy. The biggest target is GISA. If you've never heard of it, GISA is the Cuban military's massive business empire. Tourism, hotels, retail, banking, fuel distribution. Much of Cuba's economy runs through it. Earlier this month, the State Department announced sweeping sanctions against GISA and affiliated interests, one of the most aggressive economic moves Washington has made against Havana in years. Then came May 20th. 3 events happened almost simultaneously. Secretary of State Marco Rubio released a direct message to the Cuban people. The Justice Department unsealed murder charges against former Cuban leader Raúl Castro for the 1996 shoot-down of 2 civilian aircraft that killed 4 people. And the USS Nimitz carrier strike group entered the Caribbean. One event could be coincidence. 3 events on the same day get attention. Now here's where the story gets even more interesting. Axios reported that administration officials have conducted planning exercises for scenarios involving instability or even a collapse of the Cuban government. According to the report, some officials believe Cuba's economic crisis could worsen dramatically over the coming months. That does not mean an invasion is coming, but it does mean Washington is actively preparing for possibilities that seemed unthinkable just a year ago. And Trump himself has not been subtle. He has called Cuba a failing nation. He has repeatedly floated the idea of a friendly takeover. At one point, he even suggested he could have the honor of taking Cuba. So what happens next? Watch 3 things. First, does the USS Nimitz remain in the region longer than expected? Second, do more sanctions and criminal indictments follow? And third, does anyone in Havana begin serious negotiations with Washington? Because if the pressure campaign keeps escalating at its current pace, the next few months could become the most consequential period in U.S.-Cuba relations since the Cold War. And if that happens, the next headline will not be about sanctions. It will be about what comes after them. The pressure is building. The pieces are moving. And whatever happens next could happen much faster than most people expect.